Hey guys, Mr. Silhouette here. I've noticed in the past couple of weeks that a lot of people have been doing this Buzzfeed's How Much of a Feminist Are You quiz, and I thought I'd throw my hat into the ring as well. I think in the future we'll probably have to get used to doing quizzes like this, because as time goes on, feminists will want to keep tabs on just how subservient we are. Oh my. It seems you only scored 95% subservience. I hope your family won't miss you too much. Okay, let's do this. Question number 1. I'd be willing to give up some of my salary if I had to so that equal pay in my workplace could be a reality. If it was a co-worker who had worked as long and as hard as I had, as many overtime, as much overtime, as many hours, produced the same quality of work, had taken little time off, then yeah, fair enough. But if it's someone who had just joined, then absolutely not. So I'm going to give BuzzFeed, I'm going to try to understand what BuzzFeed is saying, even though it words a lot of these questions badly, and what it's asking me is, do I think that a woman who works as hard as me should get the same amount of money? So yes, I do. I believe that men and women should be equal. Yes. I can't help but be bothered when a song includes misogynistic lyrics, even when I otherwise like the song. I do not give a crap what the lyrics are, unless they are outright calling for someone to be violently attacked. I don't think it's a problem. I know who Bell Hooks is. Well, I think that she's the woman who created intersectional feminism, but I'm not sure about who she is beyond that. I can define intersectional feminism. Yes, I can. I think that it is an awful thing. It's supposed to be where two different oppressions, two or more oppressions overlap, like racism overlaps into sexism, overlaps into homophobia, but actually what it is, intersectional feminism, is actually a way of feminism becoming more and more infallible, right? So they will say not only is challenging manspreading, like when you disagree with them doing that, when you disagree with them like trying to get rid of manspreading, they will say not only are you sexist, but you're also racist, and you're also homophobic, because now feminism is helping these minorities as well. So unlike the idea that it's supposed to help the minorities, it doesn't. It just uses the oppression of the minorities to benefit themselves. It is purely a trickle-up effect. I can define it, but I don't think that it's at all a good thing. I don't use the phrase, hey guys, when referring to a group of people that includes men or women. I do use the phrase, hey guys, when it refers to a group of men and women. I'll use the phrase, hey guys, when it refers to just women. In fact, you know what? I'll use the phrase, hey guys, if it refers to one woman who is really fat. I think that hey guys is completely gender neutral, and I do not care. I've called women lads before, I've called women bros before, and you know what? Women can be bros. My best friend is a woman and she's a total bro. I've taken a women's studies course. No, I haven't. I think it's important to encourage girls to pursue science and math as a career. What, even if they don't want to? Like, you just keep on pushing them to? Like, how is that any worse? Or how is that any better than forcing them into nursing or forcing them into teaching? Like, encourage them to do what they want to do. Don't encourage them to do any particular thing. Women should be allowed to apply for a job if they fulfill 60% of the requirements. They can. They already can. They can fulfill no requirements of the job and they can still apply. Like, there's no law against it. They will not be punished for doing that. So I'm not going to tick that box because they already can. I think we should change women's bathroom symbols to not traditionally include feminine clothing. Well, no, because women like to wear feminine clothing, and so the symbol should reflect that. Why is it a problem to be feminine? I thought having a problem with the feminine was sexist. Like, I thought that they were always complaining that masculinity is a bad thing to pursue because masculinity is based on the opposite of feminine. It's based on a hatred of feminine. I believe that trans people should be able to use whichever bathroom they identify with. If they are truly trans, like Blair White or Theron Meyer, then absolutely. If they are a trans trender, that like someone who has been male up until yesterday and has made no effort to be more feminine, but just demands that everyone call him she, I don't think so. The truth is that there's no problem with the idea of a transgender using the other gender's bathroom, because we already live in a world where you could go into a bathroom with another person who finds you attractive. Like, because there might be a man in there who's gay or a woman in there who's gay, we already live in that world. So transgenders are not like disrupting anything or adding anything new. But I don't think that you should be able to use whichever bathroom just because you say you're that gender. I think that you should have to behave more feminine or more masculine in order to gain that right, in my opinion. Someone who, like Theron Meyer or Blair White, like, they are obviously female, and so I have absolutely no problem with them using the female bathroom. I believe it's important to encourage women to negotiate. Yes, I think everyone should be encouraged to negotiate, especially because if feminism tried negotiation as opposed to demanding all the time, they might actually not be the group that everybody hates. I believe Jennifer Lawrence should earn as much as her male co-stars. Not if she's only there half the time, which she was. She only did half as many days, so no, she definitely doesn't deserve to earn as much. Also, in Hollywood, a lot of the money you get is down to how good an agent you have. Like in Iron Man, Terrence Howard, who played the character Rhodey, he earned more than Robert Downey Jr. He earned the most of anyone on the film, and he was definitely not the main character, so he obviously just had a better agent. So in Hollywood, it's a lot more nuanced than just being male or female. I do not think a movie should be released until it passes the Bechdel test. No, I certainly don't agree with that, because we would, well, for a start, we'd still have a lot of sexist films, considering that 50 Shades of Grey passes the Bechdel test, so it's not going to make feminists as happy as they think. And it would get rid of films like, say, Lord of the Rings, where characters like Arwen, she's a strong female who defies her father to marry the man she loves, and Éowyn defies her uncle to go to war and ends up saving his life. Getting rid of films that don't pass the Bechdel test would not necessarily make cinema any more positive towards women. And I don't actually think it's hostile to women anyway. I believe that all genders are entitled to the same social and political rights. Okay. I can explain why 78 cents to the dollar is not a fully accurate description of the wage gap. I can tell you why the wage gap doesn't exist. Like, I don't know if that's what they're getting at. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe they're getting at the sort of, the variation, like Latino women and black women are supposed to earn less than 78 cents to the dollar. So I'm not entirely sure what BuzzFeed is asking me. And since the wage gap isn't a problem at all, I'm not gonna bother ticking that, because I think that they are suggesting the wage gap does exist. I believe that women who possess certain types of privileges are responsible for advocating for women who don't have their level of privilege. No, because your definition of privilege is incredibly subjective. So I don't think you can just point at somebody and demand what they have because you call them privilege. If I had a daughter, I would encourage her to be anything she wanted to be. Absolutely. I would make it clear to my daughter from an early age that her identity should not be defined by the relationship status. Yes. I believe it's important to compliment a woman's intelligence over her looks. Well, I think that that's depending on the situation or depending on the woman. I mean, what if the woman says to you, honey, does this dress make me look fat? And you respond with, well, you're very intelligent. Like, chances are you're going to have a fight. So I think that you should read the situation and compliment her on what is appropriate at the time. Besides, if you're out in public and you see a woman and you say to her, "Oh, miss, you look absolutely amazing," it's not as if you're going to know how intelligent she is. Like, you can't say, "Oh, miss, you're incredibly clever." Like, how would you know? Like, you could say, "Excuse me, miss, you're incredibly clever," and she could turn around and go, "Rah, rah, rah," like a murloc. I believe that a woman has the right to choose what happens to her body. Yes, I do. I think that if she chooses to have sex, then she should also have some responsibility for the consequences of her choice. But I do believe that she has the right to choose with her own body. Personally, my view on pro-life and pro-choice is that I will accept either so long as they are consistent. Like, I believe if the mother can choose to have an abortion, then the father should also be able to choose to not be a father, to walk away. And if he is told, well, you got her pregnant, you knew this could happen, you'll just have to man up and be a father, then I think that she should have to be a mother as well, because she knew what could happen if she had sex. So long as we're holding both genders to the same standards, I don't mind whether they go with pro-life or pro-choice. What I don't like is when they say that men have to be responsible for their actions and women don't. In an instance of sexual assault against a female, why against a female? Why not just in an instance of sexual assault? I am inclined to believe the assaulted person is telling the truth until proven otherwise. Well, am I on the jury? Because in that case, no. If I am making a decision about someone going to jail, then absolutely not. I'm going to look for facts before condemning someone. However, you can give someone as much help as they need to get through the ordeal, and I know that. You can give someone as much help as they need to get past what has happened to them without ever infringing on the rights of the accused. The accused can still be put behind bars, but we don't have to have guilty until proven innocent before women and men will be able to move past rape. Okay? You are entitled to counseling, you're entitled to shelters, you're entitled to restraining orders. There are a lot of things that you can get, things that will be able to get you past what has happened without ever trespassing on the rights of the accused. So, no, I don't just believe somebody when another person's freedom is on the line. However, I will absolutely give the alleged victim support and comfort and access to all of these services without ever taking away someone's right to be out in the open. I can explain Marlene Dietrich's influence on women's fashion. I have no idea who that is, and I don't care. I know what a bad feminist is. Yes, it's all of them. I believe that women should be able to dress however they want without it dictating how they are treated by society. So if they wear a Nazi uniform, that shouldn't affect how they're treated by society. Look, clothing says a lot about you. What you choose to wear says a lot about you, and people will have opinions on you based on how you present yourself. That's not something that's exclusive to women. That's just a fact. Okay? If you dress incredibly prudishly, they're going to make assumptions about you being prudish. The same way that if you dress in very skimpy clothing, they're going to make assumptions about you being very, very sexually active. So whether you want them to or not, they will make opinions. I've never said that a woman asked for it. No, I never have. I never will. I'm offended by catcalling. No. I don't think women should get VIP treatment at nightclubs and bars just for being women. No, I don't think they should get it. I don't really mind if they do get it. That's at the discretion of the bar owner, but I don't think they should get it. I don't think they should be entitled to it. I think police brutality and its correlation with race is a feminist issue. Absolutely not, for the reasons that I said that intersectional feminism is a bad thing. I think we should stop promoting models as the ideal female body type. Well, that depends. Like, are you wanting to flip it and make the ideal body type, Trigglypuff? Because that is equally, if not more, unhealthy. So, I think that you should listen to your doctor, and you should be, eating and exercising in ways that will be healthy for your body and your BMI. I don't think that women have to look like supermodels to be, completely gorgeous. I think there are plenty of women that don't look like supermodels who are gorgeous. So, yes, it's not the ideal female body type, but I also don't think that BuzzFeed should start promoting, 1,000 like stone as the ideal body type either. I think we should stop photoshopping women's bodies in the media so that they can sell products and say you will look as good as this, even though the actual woman doesn't look as good as that. Then yeah, fair enough. That is cheating with advertising. However, I think that photoshopping in itself is not necessarily a bad thing to get rid of. Say like a cold sore or something. A blemish that otherwise wouldn't have been there, or a scar maybe. Like, I don't think that's a bad thing, but I do think that it's false advertising to tell someone they will look like a model when even the model doesn't look like that. I've never called a woman bossy. I absolutely have, especially when they were being bossy. Why is it in BuzzFeed's 36 questions women have for men that one of the things they say is, why are opinionated women called bitches but opinionated men called bosses? So why is it okay for men to be called bossy? Why is it even a privilege for men to be called bossy? But if you call a woman bossy, that's really sexist. So if you're afraid of the word bossy, you're not fit to be a leader, okay? I think companies should offer more child-friendly time and programs to women who are having children. Again, what about men? What about men who want time off to look after their kids? I don't think it's the company's responsibility to do that to the point that it will run them into the ground. I think they should have a moderate amount of support, enough for the woman to, maternity leave and things like that. But I don't think that the company should pay for years and years of her to be away. No. And I think that's what BuzzFeed is getting at. So no, I don't agree with what BuzzFeed would define as more child-friendly time. I believe that a woman should be offered the same opportunities for promotion as her male co-workers. If she has worked as hard and if she has produced the same quality of work, then absolutely. But if she's getting it just for being a woman, then I think that's wrong. I believe that if a woman wants to pay on her date should let her. Yep. I believe that a woman should have easy access to birth control. Yes. I do think that she should have easy access to things like contraceptives. However, I don't agree that she should have, say, an abortion all the way up to her due date. I think that is going too far. And I know a lot of feminists want that. I know a lot of feminists want a woman to be able to have an abortion even, up until the minute that she gives birth. So I don't necessarily know what BuzzFeed is defining as birth control, but yes, I don't think that she should be banned from any birth control. I believe that in a relationship, the domestic duties should be shared. I think that's up to the people in the relationship. If one of them is working a 60-hour week and the other one has a part-time job, then I don't think they should be equally split. But they're two adults. They can decide for themselves. I think that a couple should have equal responsibility over the aesthetic and cleanliness of the home. No, see the above question. I believe that men should be encouraged to be involved in and make choices in the wedding planning process. I don't think they have to be encouraged. I think they should be invited, and they'll do it if they want to. Some men don't, some men do, and they should always have the ability to, but they don't have to be encouraged to, and certainly not shamed if they don't. I believe that men and women I believe that men and women have the same emotional strength. No, unfortunately, due to estrogen, women are more likely to cry. That's just a scientific fact. It's not in any way their fault, but it is scientifically true. I don't think that it is the responsibility of a man to protect a woman physically. No, I don't think it's his responsibility. I think that, anyone should try and help anyone else who is in danger, if we want to be sort of humane, but I don't think it's the responsibility of that person. I believe that men and women should be equally encouraged to express their emotions. Yeah, they should be equally able to without being shamed, but feminists use this as an excuse to shame men who don't cry, which is awful. I've never asked a woman why she doesn't have children. Yeah, because I don't really care. That's her decision. I would be equally excited to have a son or daughter. Yes, I would. Personally, I would prefer a daughter, but a son would be a great gift as well. I think the American workplace culture is often not structured in a way that is helpful or encouraging to women succeeding. I think it's more structured to women succeeding than it is to men succeeding, personally. I think things like quotas and affirmative action have actually made it easier for women to succeed. In fact, women under 30 are earning 8% more than their male co-workers at the moment, on average. And feminists have not only said that this is not a problem, they've actually said that it's better equality than women and men earning the same. Jessica Valenti wrote an article about why women earning more is not, in fact, sexism. I think women have a responsibility to help and encourage other women pursue their goals. No, I think you should be nice to people and you should, give them nice words of encouragement, but I don't think you have to take on some kind of role in their life. That's their duty. I think women are equally capable to be president of the United States. Yes, I absolutely do. I don't think Hillary is in any way capable to be president of the United States, and nor do I think Donald Trump is, but I do think that a woman or a man are equally good at the job. I believe that women have no responsibility to make the conscious effort to always be friendly and polite. What do you mean by always? Even when you're berating someone, even in the middle of a fight? Of course women are not going to always be friendly and polite, even if they did have the responsibility to be. So that's just a stupid question. I'm going to tick the box because I don't believe they have that responsibility, but I never thought they had that responsibility. I have never criticized a woman for not wearing makeup or wearing too much makeup. No, I definitely have told a woman that she's wearing too much makeup because it was the right thing to do. Letting her go out looking like how she did would have been cruel. Okay? I spared her that. So, yes, I do think you have the moral duty to tell someone when they look terrible. I don't think that it's the right thing to do to just keep your mouth shut. I think that's actually I think that's a lie of omission. I believe a woman is a woman if that's what she calls herself, regardless of her physical attributes. Well, just like I explained above, I think that transgender people absolutely do exist, but I also think that transgender people exist, and I don't think that they are a woman just because they call themselves a woman. So, no, I don't believe that a woman is a woman just because she says she's a woman. I believe a woman is a woman if she acts and talks and sounds and, basically it'll be obvious if she's a woman. Like Blair White, like Theron Meyer, it will be completely obvious. You will naturally call her she and her, you will use those pronouns because it would be going against your nature to use he pronouns when they clearly look like woman. Okay, show me my results. Oh, God, I'm almost halfway there. Oh, crap. You are pretty woke and definitely try and stay informed about what's going on in the world of feminism and how you can make it better. Well, I definitely do try and stay informed on what's going on in the world of feminism and how to make it better, but I personally think making it better is making it go away. The way that making an infection better is by loading up the patient with antibiotics. I think that feminism, the best kind of feminism is one that doesn't exist. All right, so that is my 50 questions on how good a feminist am I, and it turns out I'm halfway there, much to my disappointment. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you all again real soon.